The following is a special presentation of the Sports Journey Network. Sports Journey.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the breakdown, and I'm your host, Dujunnea Bland, and it's finally here. The AMALIE Motor Oil NHRA Gatornationals has come upon us. We've been waiting for this for months, and it looks like it's going to be one heck of an event. I'm really excited about what we're going to see this weekend as the NHRA kicks off its season opener right here on the East Coast. I know people love Pomona and, it's tradition, but I'm a little biased, and I think you can't go wrong kicking it off on the East Coast at one of the biggest tracks on the East Coast. Looks like the weather's going to be good. May have some type of showers or so. I'm not going to speak that into existence, but there may be some wet stuff on Friday. But it looks like we should be able to get everything in without having to worry about those showers as those percentages begin to decrease. This is the 54th annual AMALIE Motor Oil Gatornationals, and obviously, as I said, the first event of the 2023 NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series. We're going to have everyone here. Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock Motorcycle. They're all going to start the season here, and I'm sure it's pretty cool for the Pro Stock Motorcycle riders. They usually don't start their season until Gainesville, which is normally the third race of the season. So they get to come out with all the fanfare, it being the first race of the season, and they get to come out with everybody else and swing the bats and see if they can hit some home runs. Look, if you can get here, I'm encouraging to do so. Today was pretty much Lucas Oil Racing Series, and Top Alcohol will start here. This is being recorded at about 3:57 p.m. Eastern Time. So in about 2 to 3 minutes, the Top Alcohol qualifying will begin. Friday, Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series will start at 8 a.m. Top Alcohol 11:45, and they will come back out at 6:30. You have the Factory Stock Showdown at 12:45 and 3:30 p.m. Your Pro Mod Series will be out at 1 and 6 p.m. And the NHRA Camping World Pro Stock will be out 1:30. Both Pro Stock and Pro Stock Motorcycle, they will start 1:30 and 4 p.m. And the Nitro guys, 2:30 and 5 p.m. for their qualifying. Now, there's a lot going on, and I will get to that as we break down some of the things that are going to be going on off the track for the All-Star Call-Out Shootout, among other things that fans will be able to participate in. Saturday, eliminations for the Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series will start at 8 a.m., and then they will come back out at 5:30. Factory Stock Showdown at 11:15. Pro Mods at 11:30. Pro Stock and Pro Stock Motorcycle, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. The Top Fuel All-Star Call-Out opening ceremonies starts at 1:15. So this is where I say Saturday, if you are going to be there Saturday, I suggest you get there early. I know it may be a little bit of inconvenience. There may be some things you're really not interested in seeing, and you just want to see the Pro Stock and the Nitro guys. Some of you may just want to see Nitro. But this being the first race of the season, and we're starving for drag racing. You have this all-star call-out shootout. I suggest you get there early so that you don't miss any of this action. Because I can tell you, if you get there late, some of these cars are going to go down the track and you're going to be in your car. So don't miss out. Get there early. They're going to have that call-out ceremony at 1:15. And then the All-Star call-out shootout eliminations start at 1:20 p.m. They will be back out at 2:45 p.m. And then again for the finals at 4:25 p.m. During all of this, you will have the Nitro qualifying that will start at 12 o'clock. And then they will be back out at 3:20 p.m. Then you'll have the Factory Stock Showdown at 2:55 eliminations. And then Pro Mod eliminations, at 5 p.m. Sunday, pre-race ceremonies start at 9. The eliminations will start at 10. Now remember, all this stuff is tentative. Looks like we're going to be clear, so it won't be any big deal about weather. Now, you're saying, well, I won't be able to get there. So how can I watch this? Well, Saturday, March 11th on FS1, it'll be 1.5 hours of qualifying coverage starting at 10 a.m. Sunday, March 12th, on the FS1, it will be televised 1.5 hours of qualifying coverage starting at 9. Then you will have, on the same day, Saturday, the All-Star call-out shootout that will be televised 1.5 hours starting at 10:30 a.m. And on Sunday, for eliminations, it'll be 3 hours of finals coverage starting at 12 p.m. So it's going to be an action-packed weekend. Clear your schedules accordingly. Your defending winners of this event from last year, Trip Tatum. I know you're like, what? Yes, if you don't remember, Trip Tatum won in Top Fuel last year. I believe he will be present. I will have to look at that list, but I think he will be present. And, I was hoping he would get out a couple more times that year in 2022. It didn't happen, but he did come away with a Wally in 2022. Matt Hagan was your funny car winner. Dallas Glenn was your pro stock winner. And Karen Stouffer was your pro stock motorcycle winner. Just some track records I want to throw out there. Brittany Force with the speed, she set it last year, 337.75 miles per hour. With the conditions, I could see her resetting that. Could we see 340? Maybe. It would be cool. Will we see 300 to the 8th, which is still on the line, by the way? Still on the line. Who's going to be the first to do it? It'll be interesting to see if that can be done here. Your elapsed time was set by Trip Tatum last year for the track record, 3.674 seconds. I think they can go faster than that this weekend. I think it gets broken. I think the ET and the speed possibly get broken in Top Fuel. Your funny car, ET, is held by Robert Height. It has stood since March of 17, 3.828 seconds. Also, Ron Capps broke the speed record last year, 336.23 miles per hour. That was done last year. Last year, Erica Enders broke the track record, 6.450 seconds. Erica Enders in 2014 also holds the speed record here, 214.69 miles per hour. And last year in Pro Stock Motorcycle, Karen Stouffer, 6.665 seconds is the track record. ET and the speed, 201.76, held by Matt Smith, and that's stood since 2019. So it'll be interesting to see how and what happens here. I think we have great weather conditions, and we can see some things fall here during this particular opening race at Gainesville Raceway. Now, we have 17 top fuelers. We got 16 funny cars. We have 20 pro stock motorcycles. And we have 20 pro stock cars. Loaded. I said it when I talked to Brian Loans. If you didn't catch that show, you can go back and listen to that. But top pro stock is healthy. Very healthy. And 1 through 16 that qualify are able to win the race. That's how good this division is. It's going to be fun to watch, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we see from these teams and how close everybody is. We saw Erica Enders come out and swing the bats last year, and she wasn't playing. And this year, it'll be interesting to see whether it's going to be her teammates that are right there with her, or will it be some other teams that are out there that have done their homework over the winter and looking to debut that here this weekend. I'm really also paying attention to Pro Stock Motorcycle. There are some new additions to the Pro Stock Motorcycle ranks. You have Chase Van Sant. You have Gage Herrera, who will be driving for Vance and Hines on that new Hayabusa. I'm really looking forward to seeing that debuted out there as well. I'm looking to see what Joey Gladstone does out there. But again, I believe there's 16 bikes that have the ability to win a race. So it's going to be fun. Going to be a lot of great action here this weekend. Like I said, our weather, we're looking at 81 on Friday. There's a small chance of inclement weather. It's like 40% chance. Let's just say it doesn't happen. It'll part the seas. It will never come to us because Gainesville really is on the edge of this leading front that's coming through. I'm here in Valdosta, and we're kind of the end line. The rest of this stuff south of us is probably stragglers. So hopefully we don't get any of it and everything goes smooth. And if it rains, it's after the track is cleared and the events for the day have been completed. Saturday, you will have really nice temperatures, 80s. It will be in the 50s in the morning, and it will go down to the 50s Saturday night. Sunday, 83 degrees. Should be, mostly sunny. Should be an excellent day for drag racing. And seeing some things debut in fall, maybe, as we talked about that 300 to the 8th. I really hope that happens. That's going to be fun. See who wins that Phillips Connect money that they have on the line there. I know that Justin Ashley would like to be the first, but you got to do it to be it, right? So it's going to be fun to see if that is possible this weekend. Now, to talk about what we have here with these ranks, and I'll start with Top Fuel. I'm really looking forward to seeing Clay Milligan with the Rick Ware now being a part of this. They have a little bit more funding, or a lot more funding, better parts, better pieces. They didn't have a great year last year, 14 and 22 round win-loss record, but they really started to get in the groove towards the end of last year, started to develop some consistency, and I'm interested to see if he can go and top what he did, which is one of his best seasons in 2017, where he was 35 and 22. 10 number one qualifiers at that time. He had 2 wins, 1 runner-up. We'll see if he can top that this year. His career overall season best there. I believe that they can. And those guys are part of this all-star call-out shootout that we will be having. And to me, they're the dark horse in all of it. They are a team that I would not underestimate coming into all of this. Like I said, they've done an excellent job of now having good parts and pieces They developed the rhythm towards the end of last year, and it's just a matter of coming in and putting things together. And they have shown that they have done their homework over the off season, as they have made some testing runs that were really good, really solid, which I'd like to commend the NHRA for allowing that testing. Everybody knows that when you come out to an event, you want to see cars make passes, right? You don't want to see cars smoking the tires and qualifying. It's no fun. And they allowed these teams to come out and test and to get a hold of the racetrack, to really get a baseline so they can come out and really attack the racetrack and not be behind the 8 ball, and so that the fans get the best show possible in the first race of the season. So kudos to the NHRA again for the things that they have done and added coming into this season. Another team that I'm looking forward to seeing is Doug Coletta. 15-22 last year. They were 5-6 in their last 6 races of 2022. And I think this is the year where they take the next step. I think everybody thought that it would be possible because they have Alan Johnson. We know who he is and what he's about. I mean, to me, he's the czar of the playbook. He is the standard. Has been the standard for a long time until Grubby has come along. But we all know what he brings. So I'm interested to see what happened here. It looks like they made some changes. Dougie's coming out with the canopy car. I'm excited about that. I love the canopy car. I don't know how you fans feel about it, but I really love that canopy car. It's really cool. And it's like sitting in the cockpit of a jet or something like that. I would love to drive a canopy car. So I'm sure they've made some changes, and we'll see what happens. They've made some solid passes during testing, and we'll see what they come out with, and see if they can run in the 60s a little bit more and have a little bit more level of consistency. Because at the end of the day, consistency wins championships. That's just how it goes. There's no other way to, cut it in that regard. So when we look at also the All-Star Call-Out Shootout, you have folks like Austin Prock that are involved in this. Josh Hart, we mentioned Clay Milliken, Steve Torrance, your first event winner of this All-Star Call-Out Shootout. He's the defending champ in all of this. You have the world champ Brittany Force, Mike Salinas, and Justin Ashley, who are part of this 8-car field that will be racing for, I believe it's about $80,000. So you guys are going to get a race within a race on Saturday, and it's worth the price of admission, and it really adds something, right? It allows the fans to have the best action possible, and it's going to be action all weekend long. But like I said, I like Clay in this. I'm interested to see what Doug can do. We know what Austin Prock brings. He's gonna make it tough for Brittany. But the one who's been quiet all season long is Steve Torrance. I'm going to have to talk to him, see what's going on there, what's new. We haven't heard much from them. So there's a level of concern if you're part of this field, I think. But there's stout cars and all of this, and it's going to be a blast for you guys, the fans, and us, the media, to watch this unfold on Saturday. So I'm really excited about that. If you were hiding under a rock, Tim Wilkerson is now a part of SCAG equipment, and he's a teammate of Tony Schumacher. Look, Tim is one heck of a tuner. With more money, more parts, better parts, Tim Wilkerson's going to be a problem this year. He's going to be a thorn in people's side. I'm really excited about the car. It looks like the Cincinnati Bengals helmet with that pattern that they have. I'm really excited for Tim. This is huge for him. I really think it's going to put him at ease a bit. Not having to stress about certain things. You have a little bit more money in your pocket to be able to do more. And we all know he's a smart racer. He doesn't like blowing stuff up. But it will give them an opportunity to push the car a little bit harder. And I expect them to do that. It's going to be fun to see what happens with them this weekend. Alex Laughlin makes his debut for Jim Dunn Racing. The guy's driven everything. And I wouldn't doubt him. I'm just interested to see how these first passes go. We all know funny car is just a different animal. And in order to get better, you have to get reps. He hasn't had that many reps. So at least the conditions aren't super tricky, right? But at the end of the day, there's got to be some type of learning curve. We'll see how steep or not that curve really is. And we'll find out quickly. Like I said, if I'm a betting man, I think he's going to do really well at this. He's done everything you can possibly think of as far as driving. And it's just another, check mark on his belt. So we'll see how well he does this weekend. And we'll get to see that coming right out of the gates in qualifying. Now, I've mentioned some things that are going on this weekend. And I'll start with Friday. On the schedule here, you have the Total Seal Talk at Matt Hartford's Pro Stock Pit. That'll be at 11 o'clock. You will have the Pep Boys All-Star Call-Out. It's kind of like it's where they're going to call out their first opponents. Inside the Top Eliminator Club, I'm not aware of if everyone is invited or not. So I cannot say that. I just know that I have access. So I don't know about if you're not in the Top Eliminator Club, can you come in? I don't know. And they will have Crackle Fest at the Hot Rod Junction at 12:30 as well. You're going to have some Dodge autograph sessions at the Midway display at 1:15. So there's a lot going on Friday. Saturday, same thing. There will be another tech talk at Matt Hartford's pit. You'll have that autograph session at 10 o'clock, Nitro Alley stage for the All-Star Call-Out Shootout participants. You're going to have a Toyota autograph section at 10:30. And of course, they're going to still have Crackle Fest. They'll have the Dodge autograph sections. Those will be at 11:30 a.m. And that'll be it for the morning. That'll be it. It'll be a packed morning. So if you get there early, there's plenty to do. If you don't want to watch the, top alcohol eliminations, which I think you should. That division is pretty strong, and Tony Stewart's in it. So if you didn't want to pay attention, if Julie Natas and the other big names weren't a much for you to pay attention, then you can at least come and support because Tony Stewart's in it. So I'm going to be watching that as well. I really am interested to see how he does this season. So if you don't want to watch, Sportsman or whatever, there's plenty to do all over Nitro Alley. So, like I said, get there early. Don't get caught in traffic and miss first round of the All-Star Call-Out Shootout or Pro Stock or whatever you want to watch. Don't miss it. Get there early. When I think about Pro Stock, I think about Erica Enders and what she was able to accomplish last year. It's pretty remarkable. She was 55-9 round win-loss record last year. That's incredible numbers. She was 21-2 in her last 6 races of the season. Those 6 races are the playoffs. I mean, I don't know what to expect, but I definitely don't expect less. What I do think is possibility is that sometimes her teammates are going to get in the way. Aaron Stanfield, you got Kid Chaos out there as well. There's a lot of names. Dallas Glenn, folks are going to be in the way. But the question is she just going to continue to be on that elite level? No pun intended. That's the question. I'm not doubting it. And it would be pretty cool to see her win another championship and dominate again. Because I believe we're watching greatness unfold. It's kind of like when in basketball, when we saw Kobe Bryant continuing to elevate. You talk about LeBron James. We are watching greatness unfold before our eyes. So we all should be thankful for the show that we get to see. It really is something else. But again, like we talked about, pro stock is stacked. It's heavily stacked. And I think we're going to have many different winners this year. It's going to be a battle from season's beginning to season's end. So those of you who like to be out in the nitro pits and not watch pro stock, you should be sitting down and paying attention. This is, it's at its best right now. And you shouldn't miss it at all. Shouldn't miss it at all. Last but not least is to talk about the reigning, defending, undisputed top fuel champion of the world, Brittany Force. When I think about her, I'm thinking about, is this now the time where she begins to dominate? Because at the end of the day, she still has the best car on the premises any given Sunday until somebody proves me otherwise. Right? They're running big numbers, big speeds, and what was most important last year, they were able to translate all that big time stuff they do in qualifying to race day. And then when we're talking about the semifinals and final rounds, the champ rose to the occasion and laid some haymakers on some of her top opponents on the racetrack. Are we watching her rise to another level now? Can this continue? Until it's proved otherwise, I'm going to say yes, it can. But again, we have like 10 cars. When you get to that top 10, there are 10 cars that can win it. 10 cars that can win it. And it's going to be fun to watch this season. And we're going to see this thing kick right off, right from the beginning, right here at the Gatornationals. I often think about Ron Capps here in Funny Car as well. The way he was able to win, they were able to rise to the occasion. They would have kept battling and got that championship, first of his ownership career. And it's going to be fun to see if they can repeat all of this. Because, again, you got guys like Cruz Pedregon, Matt Hagan, Robert Height. I don't want to leave people out, but, again, this field is stacked. And then we talk about the changes that happened with Bob Tasca. Can he get off to a quick start now? Because that's really been the problem. They've either fumbled in the middle of the season and backed into the playoffs and didn't have any momentum and kind of floundered around in the playoffs, or they get off to quick starts, they get off to slow starts and then build at the end, but by the time they really start to catch fire, it's just a little bit too far out of reach. So can they get off to a quick start this year? That's something to pay attention to as well. But it will be a action-packed weekend. And look, I don't really know what else to say. It's just going to be fun. The weather's going to be great. There's going to be plenty for you fans to do. And there's going to be a lot of great action on the racetrack. So come, enjoy. Like Tony Stewart said, buy the tickets, get to the racetrack. That's how you can support, and that's how you can help this sport grow even more. And when the sport grows even more, that means more sponsorships are paying attention to what's going on here, which means more drivers can have quality sponsorships so they can race all 22 races of the season. So we have a part to play in this. So let's start right here at the Gatornationals. Well, we appreciate you listening to the show, and tune in to @NotBland21 on Twitter. You can also tune in to the IG as well. We're going to come to you guys, whether it's Twitter, IG, and do a little talking. But for the most part, I'm going to be doing a little learning this weekend, so I can be better at talking to you guys and breaking this thing down, as we will have something to break down come Monday. Again, thank you so much for listening to this show. And without you, we'd be nothing. So thank you. Again, for sportsjourney.com, I'm Dujunnea Bland, and this has been The Breakdown.